Okay, some more of my boring observational videos of the moon phases. Hopefully somebody will be able to, utilize these for good use. Feel free to, for you flat earthers out there, to use any of this material you want. I did put a few videos in here. This video will kind of show some of the thin clouds that were present moving across the moon. As you see how the light changes in the face of the moon as it recedes here, or retreats, I should say. And you'll see these thinner clouds. It almost looked like a real foggy night, but you'll see these thinner clouds start rolling across the moon. And, this is why I say that, a lot of this stuff is visual. You might not see it so prevalent in this video, but the next video. I tried to put mostly all my photographs and time-lapse videos on these. This particular day, I don't think I really did any time-lapse. But, you can watch these boring videos and me rambling on and talking about the moon and the phases. What I always try to do, though, is I try to catch that glow on the top of the moon when I can. And sometimes I'm kind of like maybe don't have my camera set right, the ISO or the exposure or the exposure bracketing. But here you can see a little bit of those clouds. On the next part, you'll see it more prevalent. But I'm always trying to catch that glow, and I didn't think I was going to catch it anymore after it gets to a certain point. You can see it with your naked eye, but you can't see it in a lot of the videos that you take. So on some of these, I do get them on a video, but very, very few was I able to actually catch them on a video. And I will try to post a lot of the videos that I took on a different segment, a different part. So that way you can look at the videos I took throughout this time too. Like I said, I only put a few videos into these parts. And this only does, I think, up to the 5th. And I took so many pictures that it wound up taking up a lot of time. I could have made the pictures shorter, but I wanted to give you guys a chance to really, observe these. You can also slow this down in YouTube if you want to observe them more, but that's totally up to you. Again, I don't try to get anybody to try to believe every word I say or believe me. It is you that needs to make your mind up, your decision, not me. I can't twist your arm, or I don't twist anybody's arm to watch my videos. If they don't like my videos, they can move on. You want to make disgusting remarks and comments, I'll just block you. That ain't what my observations are for. It's for everybody to observe, everybody to watch. And right here is a prime example of how you'll see this little thin, misty, real less dense clouds. I mean, these clouds are so thin. Like I said, you can see right through them, and you can see the moon. And this is where what people don't see, if you have your camera settings set differently, you will not see these. Or if you're zoomed back away, these clouds will appear to go behind the moon. And I don't want to get into that now. On some of my actual videos that I did, you'll be able to see it a little bit better. And I may add these back to that video too. But my whole main purpose of doing these is really to let people observe, let people make up their own mind, let people see, the shadows and the craters and whatever sticks up and casts a shadow on the moon. And, you can ask yourself your own questions. I don't need to really tell you what to believe. Like I say, that's all up to you. You have your own mind. You have your own opinions. You can think what you want. I am a flat earther. Tell you that right off the bat. I probably should have said that in the first one, but I am a flat earther. I believe that we are living in a plane of existence. And in this plane of existence, um, as above, so below. Now, I'm not a big religious fanatic or anything. I do believe in creation. I believe in a creator. But I'd also like to interpret things for myself instead of pay somebody to interpret it for me or ask somebody to interpret it for me. If I can't interpret it, then it wasn't meant for me to interpret, so I'll let it go. But there are some very interesting things in the Bible. Is there truth in there? Hell yeah, there's truth in there. And but I want to say that, what I think, because I don't want to, have people have ill feelings toward me. But I did speed this video up too. It was a little bit longer. I wanted to make my video a little bit shorter, so I did slow it down a little, or speed it up a little bit, so my video would be a little bit shorter. So if you're wondering why it's moving so fast, that's why. But have you ever noticed, the further you get out, like you start videotaping the stars will seem to move across your screen a lot faster. The ones that are supposedly closer seem to move almost the same distance, but as you go farther out, things should move faster. I mean, if they're farther out in space and farther away from that, the pole star, everything should move fast. I've done some time-lapse videos where I didn't even post them because the stars went by in streaks, because I did a full zoom out. But it made me start wondering about, when they do these videos or pictures from an observatory, how are they actually taking that picture? Because if they're zooming out to these galaxies that are, light years away, when you get to a light year, shouldn't these things be moving much, much faster? So, I mean, is that big old telescope swinging that quick to be able to snap that shot of that planet or that star or that sun or whatever they want to tell you what they're photographing? Because, some of that stuff kind of makes me wonder about, is this a true picture, or is it just an image, and a CGI image at that? And most of them, I believe, that are CGI images. Now, what we can observe with a average everyday telescope, and I've even, zoomed in on one with my telescope, and man, it moves so quick that you gotta constantly move. You gotta constantly move that telescope in order to keep that in frame. So, what I'm trying to say is, as we're going, trying to catch this image, I mean, this telescope has to be moving pretty fast. And, to have such a big telescope moving that fast, it just makes me wonder. It makes me question, more than wonder, question whether or not it's true picture or just an image. Now, I did watch a video one time about how they were showing you an observatory. I believe it was in Chile too. And you can find it on YouTube. I don't have a link to it. I watched it a while back ago, but even the guy kind of said that there was a guy that went to this observatory and he did photographs, but he called the Earth a plane, which made me laugh because I thought, wow, this guy is in the know. But, at this observatory, they were explaining how they get this data from the telescope, because it's all run through a computer. They get this data, they take this data, they run it through a program, it spits out an image. It's like a black and white image. They hand it to this other guy. He takes it and he puts it in his program, and he adds all the color and brings out more detail, just like a Photoshop. You know, he puts it in Photoshop and he photoshops it and he makes it all these pretty colors, and he makes it more presentable for the public, and that way they can, you know, post it in a magazine or post it, you know, throughout the internet, and people, oh, you know, it's so beautiful, look at this. So, you know, so it grabs people's imagination, and I think that's what the big part of, you know, making these photographs or these images look so much more realistic or more believable by adding all this color. But then what I kind of wonder about is when they say to us that, you know, they determine certain things about the star by the color of the star. Well, if this guy's if this guy is photoshopping the color into the picture with saturation rate and whatnot, isn't he manipulating the color to that? Now they talk about infrared and all of this. Well, where is all of this data? Where is all this information? Where is all of this evidence that should be given to the public so we can decide what we want to be like? And I just say I don't want to believe shit. I want to know. And you know, when somebody tells me that I have to believe in something, I tell them no, I don't. I want to see the facts. I want to see the truth. I want to see the evidence. I want to see more and more people put their 2 cents in, and then we can decide what's correct or what's really true about it, and what do we know. Again, I want to know. I don't want to believe in nothing. So if I don't have the proper facts and the proper evidence, I'm not believing shit. You know, you can tell me how wrong I am and everything. You can criticize me. You can make fun of me. See, I mean, I don't really care. I mean, hell, half the time I wear rags to work, and you know, people may you know, look at me and, you know, judge me by my appearance. And you know, I learned not to judge people by their appearance, because I've met people that were very, very wealthy, and they did not dress real nice, only because of the fact that they also didn't want to be mugged when they went somewhere, you know, mugged and robbed. So you know, I even had an incident one time when I went to buy a new van. I was in my work van. I pulled up in there. I was in my work clothes. I was filthy dirty. And I walked around this car lot for about an hour, hour and a half, and not one person came out and asked me if I needed help. Finally, I seen a salesman. I went over and asked him, and the man was kind of rude to me. So I was like, wow, you know, I looked down at myself and I said, oh, I'm all grubby. You know, this guy probably don't even think I have 2 cents to rub together. So I went to another car lot where I bought my first original van, and of course they didn't treat me that way. I seen somebody that knew me there, and right away called me over, wanted to know what I wanted, and I ordered my van and got my new van. But you know, that's, you know, you judge a book by its cover sometimes, and you might see a nice cover on a book, and then you read the book and the book is shit. You might find a picture on a cover and it doesn't really show much, but you read the book and you loved it, you know. So don't judge a book by its cover, and don't make fun of people that you don't know nothing about, or don't make fun of people that question things, because that's where your issue lies, is you're judging people, which we should never judge people. If you want to judge somebody, judge yourself. Judge your actions, judge what you do. Again, I do observational videos, and I put them out here for the public to watch. And yes, I have my opinion. You don't have to agree with my opinion. You know, when I make a statement, you don't have to agree with it, because that ain't what my videos are about. Yes, I put my 2 cents in, but you don't have to believe a word I say. I don't ask you to believe a word I say. I don't even ask you to watch my videos. You know, if you want to watch them, that's fine. You know, somebody might say, hey, you know, your videos are boring. I had a friend of mine tell me that yeah, my videos are too long. But, you know, hey, that's what observations are for. You know, if you don't observe it, then what are you going to learn? So you can learn a lot by observations. So if you don't learn anything from these, well, at least you got a good day of sitting down, or a good half an hour of sitting down and watching some pretty cool moon video. Okay, so you can look at it that way. These were moons that I shot during the daytime, zoomed in on, and you know, I thought they were pretty cool. I was trying to catch, you know, the side that's lit up, the side that you could see detail on. So that's what I was trying to catch more than the side that looks just like the sky. So, you know, when you do look at the moon during the daytime, you ask yourself, why am I not seeing nothing right there? I mean, shouldn't I see something? I mean, shouldn't it be dark, a shadow or something there instead of just a bright blue sky? And again, these are questions that arise in my mind, because at night, when these night videos come up, you know, I can see that glow up to a certain point. And again, on some of these, some days I didn't get that glow, and I do believe it's because of the way I had my camera set, the settings on my camera. And in other nights, I was able to catch that glow. Now, I do believe that this is day 7, and when it gets night here, I got some night ones coming up. And I'm glad that they're timestamped, so that way you can see exactly when I'm videoing them. I actually was going to quit at a certain point and not take any videos on day 6, but I decided to go back out later on and take some more videos. And it might have ran past 12 o'clock. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention when I started putting up my days. But as you'll see in some of these, you'll be able to see some of that glow of the moon. It's not in these ones here, but coming up here shortly. I've got a time lapse coming up. I see it here. Here we go. Here's the glow. See the glow above the moon. I was able to catch it. And I even think in this time lapse I catch it. And I think I move it around because I zoomed in on it that it went off the screen. So I move it a couple of times. Or it could be the next one. Yeah, it's the next one. This was one that I was pulled back from it. Wasn't zoomed in on it. And I do believe that this may have been a 25-minute time lapse. I, of course, slowed it down a little bit for you. So it wouldn't just move across the screen so fast. The focus on it wasn't quite as good. And as you see right here, it's kind of going through some trees, some planes flying by. You know, you always catch some strange things when you're out. And one night I almost caught a falling star, which I was like, man, I didn't even have my camera started. But if I would have had it pointed toward the moon, I probably would have caught it. Now, here's another one. This is when I started zooming in on it. Once I had the camera set right, the exposure set right, I started zooming in on it to catch that glow above the moon. And, you know, I just think that this is awesome when you're able to catch that part of the glow. But you also see the bottom part of the moon. You don't get no detail when you have that exposure set up higher. You don't quite get a detail. Now, this is one I had a little moisture started building up on my camera. And I think this one and the next couple. Well, this one, it was more, yeah, I think I did it. Still have a little bit of dew on the camera lens. So I wiped it off, of course. And, you know, I just try to get these anomalies that I mean, You know, that you don't, people that don't watch the moon or pay attention to the moon, they don't see this. And even sometimes, you know, we can look at something and totally miss it. And that's why, you know, pictures are good, because you can go back and review them. And this is one of the reasons why I started doing this on the 31st of December. As soon as I seen that little sliver of moon, I wanted to catch that glow above the moon, above the what they tell us, you know, the sun's shining on the moon, and that's what's causing the moon glow at the bottom of this moon. But I question that also, because on one of my videos, I had the moon to the east of me and a little bit to the south, but the sun was and the way that this was pointing was the moon should have, or the sun should have been above the moon and to the right of the moon, but it was actually behind me and real low in the sky. So I questioned this, and this is the video that I moved around a little bit so I could keep it in the screen because I zoomed up on it. But look how it kind of fades in and out, and you pick up that glow, and then it kind of goes away as it gets to the middle of my screen, and then it picks back up, and it kind of stay there a little bit until it gets down a little bit more, and then it glows even more. It gets real bright, and then I moved the camera, and I do believe that's Mars following it. I'm pretty sure I moved the camera, if I'm not mistaken. And well, maybe I didn't, maybe not on this one, but look at the contours of the air here. I mean, it almost looks like we're looking at some kind of vortex or something. I mean, these are interesting things that I see. Now, you know, you could say that this is the camera causing these anomalies in it, or, you know, could it be actually the clouds in the sky, or the way the light's hitting the moisture in the sky, and all this stuff that's between me and my camera is water. It is water molecules that's in the air, and this may be what's creating some of these anomalies. But again, like, share, download. I'm not going to hold any type of you know, a copyright on this. I have not copyrighted anybody. I've even had some people that I didn't like use my video, and I didn't hit them with no copyright or nothing, because these are all observational videos. They're out there for you, for the public, no matter who you are, flat earther, round earther, globe earther, whatever. Even if you're an atheist, if you look at these and you get something out of them, fine. If not, hey. But like, share, subscribe. You know, thumb me up, thumb me down. I don't care. You know, criticize me, mock me, make fun of me. I don't care. Just to let you trolls know that you ain't gonna get to me, and don't even attempt to try to convince me of your bullshit lies. All right. So keep all of that to yourself. Join the flat Earth party, because we are making a dent in the globe. We are putting holes in it. So again, like, subscribe, share, and have a good day. And I'll have another part to this coming up real soon too. All right, thanks. Have a good day. Good night. Bye.